Hello guys, welcome. In this video, we're going to talk about something very important, which is market structure and how you can make a lot of money, get funded, and basically live from trading just using and applying and understanding market structure. So let's go. Before we begin, guys, I just wanted to show you this account started with about $500 and now it's sitting at almost $12,000. This is just using one of my strategies, which is Money Printer 3.0. So just to let you know about this strategy, this is a trend trading following strategy and it's very simple to use and apply. It's working absolutely fantastic in current market conditions. I trade it in gold, 1 minute chart, and I love it. And my students love it. And it doesn't matter what market you trade. I especially use it in gold, but you can apply it in NASDAQ or US 30, basically any market, crypto, Forex, futures, whatever. And what I like about this strategy is how simple it is to apply and to use. I apply some indicators and they're going to help me get extra confirmation and confluence. That's why it's very precise, because I have many confluences. I have a set of rules, and if you want to learn more about this strategy, you can check the link down below in the description. Okay guys, so let's just begin. We're going to dive into gold. We're going to dissect gold and how you can apply and how you can read the markets without complication. It doesn't matter if you're trading futures or if you are trading Forex, if you are trading a prop firm, or if you are trading with your own capital. Okay, I've seen some positive comments from my students. They've been having amazing performance, and the thing is, like, we do trade live. Okay, I trade live privately with my members. You just gotta understand the market structure and the direction of the market and the possible direction when you get into your charts. Okay, so let's do just a little quick exercise. Okay, and I want you to tell me if market is trending up or trending down, if it's bullish or bearish. Okay, so as you can see, guys, this was in the last days of March, and you can see it was pretty obvious, right guys? I think we can all see how price was trending up, right? Now, how you identify this, it might seem very simple, but trust me, like guys, like I don't understand why so many traders ignore this, but you can see how it's creating higher highs and higher lows. It's very simple, you see? That is how you see and how you know when price is bullish, right? Now, you see this candle to the left, this one right here. You can see how it broke this structure to the left and created a new low. So right now, you can see it even broke this moving average, okay? And it started to print new lows. So now, let me just delete everything and let's move to the right. Okay guys, so you can see in here how this uptrend, it finished after this candle broke the structure. Okay, so now I want you to tell me, guys, what do you see right here? Price is ranging, right? It's going nowhere. You can see price from left to right. You can see that price is definitely going nowhere. Okay, you just gotta observe the market and see the highs and the lows, and basically that's it. So whenever you get into your charts in the morning or whatever time you trade, it's gonna be easier for you to identify and be able to see the bigger picture, or what are the probabilities of price going either up or down. If you need some further assistance, I do have private coaching and I do trade live with my members. You can see actually all of the trades taken, not to brag about it, but most of the days we win. Okay, analysis, it's always basically right. Okay, I've been trading for 17 years, so for me this is second nature. Anyways, now you can see, guys, okay, so this happened yesterday and this happened today. You can see how price broke out of this consolidation. Okay, you can see that price was stuck in this accumulation phase and now it broke out. Okay, remember we had some news about, yeah, you know, the things going on in the Middle East, and that's why we had this huge move to the upside. Okay, and now price just retested this previous level, which is the base. Okay, so this is a broken base and this is the first time back to the base. So when I got into today's session during New York session, okay, because I trade during New York session, okay, I knew that gold was now trending up. You see, this was just a retest, okay, to this support. That's it. It was simply a retest. So now, guys, you can see that price was above the moving average and it's creating a swing high. What were the probabilities that price was going to continue going up? Well, you see how it kept breaking structures to the left, like here. Okay, you can see this candlestick closing above. Okay, and that's about the time I was trading. Okay, first we had this level to the left. Okay, always make sure to look to the left. Okay, and as you can see, guys, it made this high, retested this previous low. So it was like a QM. It's like a inverted head and shoulders. Okay, created some support right here. I took some buys. Actually, yeah, I didn't mark that, but I did took some buys around this level. I had about, something about 70 points, and I targeted the high of the range. I closed a little earlier because I want to close before New York Stock Exchange market opens. Okay, so that was my first trade today. Okay, and as you can see, guys, okay, this was high probability setup because you were trading from a level, and this bullish candlestick basically did a very small liquidity sweep from these lows and had this range to be filled. So that's exactly what happened. The next candle made that wick and it reached the high of this candlestick. Okay, now what happened here was that this candlestick right here, this one, closed and broke above this level. So that was telling us that gold, it still wanted to continue going up, right? So that's exactly what happened later. I just waited because we had this inside bar. You can see this little pin bar looking candle, okay, closing. So it was not giving us a lot of information, right? Because if I extend this level to the left, I mean extend that, it was sort of like reacting to this level. But I'm gonna tell you a little secret, and this is gonna filter out a lot of bad trades that I have seen a lot of traders trading counter trend. And this is one of the worst things that you can do in gold, guys, because gold is very powerful and it has so much volume that you don't want to trade counter trend, okay, unless you are a professional trader. But in this case, guys, it was trending up. So I don't see the reason why you would want to counter trend. So as you can see, the next candle, which was this one right here, made a huge lower wick, rejecting, okay, this level right here. So this was sort of like a order block, as they call, and we had also a little area of imbalance in between these two candles. You can see, guys, that was a little imbalance. Let me go to the 1 hour time frame. So now we are in the 1 hour time frame. We were looking at the 30-minute candles. Okay, now this is the 1 hour, and you can see this 1 hour candle closed above, okay, above this level, right? We have clean traffic to the left. You can see we have clean traffic, right? And you see this red candle, right? That's an order block, or I call it, it's an FTR, because you are in momentum, you're trending, and you have an opposite candle, right? So it will act like a zone. So you can see this candle tapped into that zone and it just started to move to the upside. So that's where I took my trade. Okay, I have a special protocol and set of rules, obviously, and it's very, very high win rate. So let me go back to the 30-minute chart. So you can see how in the 30-minute candle, we had this beautiful candlestick leaving behind such a pretty large wick, okay? And at the same time, it was telling us that price was ready to move up. So that's where I took my trade, okay? And as you can see, it was a pretty nice trade and it moved up for around more than 300 points, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, after that, it was time that I don't trade So I am very, very strict on my rules and I do respect them. And that's why I do have a consistent 90% win rate all of the time. And it's not only me, I have some other students that they have been gaining these amazing 90% consistency and above. So let me just show you guys, this is my website. You can find the link down in the description. And if you have been struggling lately, okay, don't hesitate, contact me. You can send me an email. I'm going to leave you my Telegram. Okay, this is my program, accelerated program. I do trade live twice a week with my group, and you will get access to my platform. And also I have Money Printer 3.0 strategy, and you can apply it, as I said before, in any market. And I have turned $1,000 into $20,000 and also $500 into actually over $12,000 as I showed you. Okay, I haven't updated the website, and this is amazing because it's very simple and it's very, very profitable. Okay guys, so this is the new platform. When you get access to the live streams, you will also learn my strategies. So if you join the live streams with me, okay, you will get access to this database, this new course. Okay, I have some videos. We talk about a lot of things. I do daily breakouts. I have my rules, how to avoid, how to scale. I also talk about some prop firms, statistical mindset, breakdowns. All right, so perfect, guys. So now let's do a little analysis and breakdown, and I'm gonna show you exactly how you can read NASDAQ, okay? Because I know there's a lot of traders that love to trade futures and indices. Okay, so as you can see, first thing that you can see is price is going up, right? It's very simple, guys. You can see that we have higher highs every time and higher lows. We have higher highs, right? And we have higher lows. This was an equal low, right? It was just a little liquidity grab. After that, we had, remember, some news, very violent move, and then we continued making higher highs and higher lows, right? Again, another low right here. It's very, very similar to this scenario. It was like a little equal low, little liquidity sweep, right? And it filled that range. So basically price, it's going up, right? It's bullish. Don't complicate things. You don't need those special charts, okay? Those footprints, whatever charts. I don't know a lot of profitable traders using that, okay? And you gotta spend some money to get that. But if you are not even able to understand market structure and the candlesticks, then it's gonna be more complicated trying to do all of those things. So right here, guys, you can see that we had the previous daily low, okay? You look to the left, we had this previous daily low, and before New York open, we were in a range, right? Let me zoom in and you're gonna be able to see what I am talking about, right? So you look to the left, we had this structure, right? And we had price opening, made like a little fake out manipulation, and immediately it started to drop. So it's very fascinating. I love NASDAQ because it has a very repeatable behavior, right? And that's why I like to make my strategies around NASDAQ and US 30 and gold, because they have pretty good volume and their behavioral pattern is very, very repeatable. Okay, guys, so you can see here, right, what I was saying, that we had this fake out liquidity grab going on from this previous structure, right? You want to keep it very simple. And what happened next is very simple, right? We had this low of the day created during London session. So you can see these candlesticks closed below, right? Then we had this pretty large bearish candlestick, right? And you knew that the next candlestick was gonna drop and reach the low of the day. And that's exactly what it did, right? So there was a pretty nice opportunity to short the market somewhere around this area. Now, after that, guys, since it reached the low, right? Low of the day. But remember that the main trend is bullish. That is the reason of why price decided to make a new high. right? So it's very interesting to understand the main structure, guys, because in the end, it will always make sense. And you can see, okay, we have this high, the previous daily high right there. So after price reached the low of the day, we had price breaking out, right, of this daily range, and it reached the previous daily high. Because why? Because it was still untouched. Okay, simple as that. So that's why price decided to visit the previous daily high. Very simple, guys. Okay, you can see that I applied my moving average and it makes sense, right? You can see price after that closed back above. We had this nice bullish engulfing candle. The next candlestick made this lower wick, tapped, and started to go up. Okay, so remember, guys, you want to keep it very simple. And remember that if you need some private coaching and guidance, you can contact me and you can join me and my team in the daily live streams for New York session. I wish you have an amazing week. See you in the next video.